Well, ghost from the other side. I'll keep what you said rolling around in my head for a spell. Need more than just the you and I. Asked around. A few constellations are already on their way up. Probably would have just gotten annoyed at being bothered. I'll catch a smile at our next big revelation. You know there's more to come. The eye's showing signs over another one of those big anomalies. Here, catch a smile. Tipped your ear long enough. But the short line of it, Sarah and I returned the treaty to the rightful owners. And I decided to hang around. Lend an old pirate's wisdom to the mission. And if not, fortune favors the bold. Busy. We'll do the meet and greets later. So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected. What in the blackest sea are you going on about? What did it do to you? Got a few others heading up to help out. Mateo went out recently, but Andreja, it's been a while. Hate to pull a worried old man act on you, but I'm an old man, and I'm worried. Time dances its years forward, and I'd retired. That's when our own Sarah Morgan walks into the tale. Fire in her eyes and her head full of intel I thought I had spent the labor's efforts burying. He is looking a shade of green, although I am not sure that is envy's poison at work. The how and why matter as much as the when and where. Keep coming back to one thing. Both of these Starborn, they're people you know. Why'd stare like that, and we haven't even started drinking yet. Anyone who doesn't charge into a room swinging is a friend in my book. If it isn't the friend I'm supposed to know from another side, that was some meeting to listen in on. Starborn, are you? Two old friends. May their ghosts go past the edges of space, to the great beyond. But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time. And from there, maybe you catch a smile and uncover the source of it all. Been poring over the charts, looking for another match. Think this one might just be it. Be doing the checks and marks on the repairs from here. Of course, I didn't have the Centaurus proclamation just lounging in my pockets. Belonged to the ship and her new captain in the fleet I had left behind. Home's got a sanctity. Hard to fix once it's broken. You're probably right. Just hard not to think of all the bad luck you can get into burning helium out there. So it is music after all. How did you manage to play it? I'd venture a cat's curiosity every time he stopped by. Didn't stop Sarah Morgan from finding me, though. In her hunt for one of the historical relics I stole from the UC. Another rook in Constellation who's making a name for herself. Likes to be on her own. I can relate, so I try to look out for her more than most. He's gone. I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it? Find myself thinking of the fleet. An entire building generating a signature just like the artifact. Barrett! He's still breathing, but... Oh God, all that blood! It's a strong theory. Couldn't find that planetary anomaly without the data from the artifact. We'll need one to find the other. Coordinates sent. Good luck with your mission, Barrett. I'm sure it will be mostly okay. Anyway, hopefully you'll be catching Fortune's smile, and we'll have some more artifacts to take a closer look at. Got the right of it. Got some equipment, repairs, and upgrades on the making-do list. The eye's straining to her limits these days. Playing the proper thief's chorus? Silence? Been washing red here and there all over the station. Grim work. Tip your ear for a moment? Spend so much time looking at the scans, I can see star systems orbiting in my head. Happy hunting. So we put the artifacts somewhere in the fringe, or on something that can slip from their grasp if they do another strike from the curtain. Ready to head to the scow? It'll be you and Barrett on the mark. Everyone saw that, right? The pot is starting to boil over back at Constellation with all this work we're doing with the eye, so this might be the last time I set eyes here for a spell. Take an old pirate's advice. Let Andreja be the one to tell you the why and how of her life. Not every person's road is used to more than one set of footsteps. Give it time. But here, Constellation looks out for each other. Makes you feel invincible. Until you're not. Made too many promises to shine light on the details. But I cashed out from the fleet. Still got the last few blinks from the Eye. Not sending you lone hook on the job. I want Sam with you on this one. You two will be foot to foot the whole way, so make sure you're ready. Ready to head back out there? The Eye can help you find the artifacts, but I'm afraid she's blind to our new competitor. Sorry, haven't catch the glint of one yet. The Eye's still got some final sights left. Thoughts taking a stroll through my mind is all. Pack up the collection, move it somewhere they can't find it. All the same, happy to see you. Know an explorer's call is to the great unknown, but no shame taking comfort in what you have. My mind must be going, but I'm actually talking to you, aren't I? Not sending you lone hook on the job. I want Barrett with you on this one. You two will be foot to foot the whole way, so make sure you're ready. We got a rook on deck. Good to see Constellation getting some fresh blood. Can probably find more temples if I have enough time to cross-reference. Come back when you've given the first one the thorough comb. Noel, Starborn, came out of nowhere. If you don't want to talk, we don't have to. Years in the making to modify the station. Take time to fix the damage, but more's the worse if we abandon her and try to start over. Feel like I should be seeing heaven's aura every time you say something, Starborn. Oh, sorry. Was doing the tally's work in my head. Inventory on the station, next supply run. What kind of cruelty is this? This some Starborn trick? Come to mock me before you twist the blade? Haven't made a match yet. Sorry. No matter how good the scan, it's still just peeking at light, and she only has one speed. Better be on your way. Whatever you are, clear as day, you shouldn't be here long. I'll be all right. Reaper has one less soul to sow. Went knuckle to bone with the freighter's crew straight away. Thought I was just eager to show myself off. Make sure my crew knew I was dangerous, even unarmed. Lot of equipment on the Eye has reached the span's end. If we're going to find more artifacts further out, we need work done. But he was content to pet the cat and go on his way, muttering in a voice so low only the ground could chew it. That's why I missed your little welcome party. Got caught up plotting all the data the Eye can give us. Still need to lift another set today. Been dragging, shoulder stiff, or end up trapped in whatever the Starborn call their life's way. Want the grim match? You got it. Need you and Sarah to get that artifact. Might need to do the breach and storm. Bought an old hauler and converted it into a flying traveler's inn. Even named it the Jolly Roger as a bit of history's chuckle. He already left. Said he was going to the lodge. Good news is the Eye's found what you're looking for. Bad news is they're not in the places you said they'd be. Middle of the biggest city and the settled systems not passing the safety checks? Only met the Starborn out in space so far. That's fleet talk. Revenge. What's owed? Who's in control? Come on. Let's see what that place did to you. You're looking for the eye of the storm. Whole thing is a whirlwind. But getting to the source? Need to wear your patience thick. All the more reason to itch your brain over the details. Could have ended it right there. They chose not to. Still looks like you're lock and step with someone right now. Finish up what you two are dealing with first. Double-check the safety and locks wherever you go, okay? Exploration's dangerous, even without some nefarious group trying to kill you. Waiting for time's passage is the only cure for Constellation's wounds. She's gone. Because before we walk down Gossip's Road, you should know that Andreja has my full confidence. Sarah's as well. Right. To the grit of it, then. You should check on Azami. Got a few sites around the station where the others are already doing the look and sees. But even telling yourself you're winning it from someone is a brick on a dark road. Every take was a smile on my face, knowing that I was better. Stronger, and yet Barrett is not currently your companion. This tune of yours plays false. Need you and Barrett to get that artifact. Might need to do the breach and storm. Need you and Andreja to get that artifact. Might need to do the breach and storm. Still have something to say? I'll be taking up the chair when everyone's gone in the Unity. Set Constellation's course for another new beginning. Well, tipped your ear long enough. I'll be smiling as you walk through Eternity's gate. Give the next universe something to talk about, yeah? Forget about us! Ugh, that Starborn bastard is after the artifacts! You can't let him take them! A striker lurking in the shadows has good reason to hide. Won't be easy to drag them into the light. Got the gabs to share? Sure it's me you ought to be sharing with? No. Just need to follow your scanner to the real destination. Might be a boot's journey, but that's the explorer's lot sometimes. Usually doesn't. I'm overdrawn from Lady Luck 3 times over. Got to be an expert at the Grim Gathering from a young age. Fleet isn't known for its high value on life, but you circled round when someone's time came and went all the same. Need to see what happened to you for myself. Vasco, that you? Everyone's waiting for you at the lodge. Don't know about that. Intend to keep teaching folks how to play the troublemaker's game. No use being an explorer if you aren't a little dangerous. Fine idea. Starborn show up, you can burn helium in 1 spin of the grav drive to anywhere. The Eye's seen all it can for the moment. Good luck out there. You're alive. Krix's ghost can keep waiting. Stretches the mind to the far ends. Not sure neat is the word. Heart-stopping might be closer to the mark. So, we slip from the Starborn's grasp, but not before taking a stab straight in the heart. All right, pack up the artifacts. Hopefully we'll catch a smile and keep the Starborn guessing. You color the wrong wires. Station showing red. No tears for the old. Got the others to worry about. Can't be sure yet. Starborn could have done a lot more damage. Guessing the glitter of the prize wasn't here. What are you then? Some lost soul? No salvation here. Aye. The blackest sea seems less of a concern when there are sharks leaping out at you. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen. You'd still need to cross-reference the artifacts we have with the data from the Eye to pinpoint the source. I already did a bit of recon earlier when I noticed this happening. Of course, I didn't check all of the false positives, but enough. Got the nods and signs from Sarah and Walter for the materials, but I need hands. Not sure if you're just a reflection of a shattered brain, but okay. I get your meaning. Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the Eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. An honest job. No shame in that. Some of us have done far worse. Looking to do some more drifts out there in the fringe? Got a few put your provisioning to the test. Wouldn't mind a helper's hand, though. Could speed the process along. More saying we don't know. And, that you'll be the first to lose ignorance's blessing if it's bad. We sputtered around the settled systems as best we could, helping the helpless. A safe harbor for anyone who needed it. Did she? Don't know what you'll find. Keep your eyes open. Then we're hand in hand in agreement. Now, get out there and burn some helium. Ready to look for those artifacts? Can't deny the hard truth. But a cruel end is nothing to nod your acceptance on. Friends, rivals, enemies, all one and the same there. Could always tell yourself they probably would have stabbed you in the back one day. Secrets within secrets. Wouldn't be the first time for Constellation. Fine. Camaraderie over reason. There's nothing remarkable about the blips. That's what I call them. Here today, gone today, but seconds later. No consensus. Not sending you lone hook on the job. I want Sarah with you on this one. You two will be foot to foot the whole way, so make sure you're ready. Time in Home's cradle's not a bad idea these days. Fine test for a rook back then. Nothing like feeling the key's belly to earn nods from the old knives. But the data takes a slow ride along the sea of light. Years or decades between us and the fringes of space without a grav drive. Just means he's playing the waiting man's game. He'll be back once we've done all the work of collecting the other pieces. Thought this was going to kill you, huh? Or something even worse? Well, that's fair. Maybe it will. Don't know how I feel about you taking the martyr's mantle. But the logic is sound. Always preferred working alone, even around people I like. But we're all working together on this one. No finer group in the stars to be unraveling this mystery. Here's the data. Managed to find a planet that might have one of those temples you talked about as well. I never read so many books in my days as when I was gearing the brain for a heist. Soon enough, I found myself just reading whenever time's moments could spare. Race the thoughts with you later. Pouring drinks is one way to handle a loss. Stave off needing to look at a sad face in the mirror for a bit. Star Station LO868. You need the eye? Had you in the deadlock and flinched? Or just tagging you for later, like his namesake, marking a curious prize for later tracking? And why not take the time to learn all the locks and bolts? Crack the systems that held the treasures? Learn the routes between stars that would become the best places to go. Too old to bury another soul. Universe has got a cruel sense of humor. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work. Got the right of it there. Cast yourself among the lot then? Been oddly helpful for all this talk of starborn deadliness. Nothing yet. Still poring over the charts. A stranger from beyond. Even for an old Crimson Fleet, that's a new one. And the darkness gets lit just a candle more. Jaw the words another time then. I have the coordinates to your temple. Stolen by some fool's joke of a Crimson Fleet rook looking to trade names to Captain. Sight to see pinned above my chair, like the whole settled systems was mine for the taking. You had a hell of a shake, getting bullied in the void. Starborn sure know how to make an entrance. How did I get here? A Crimson Fleet rook turned old man astronomer, arguing with a physicist about what the stars themselves are. Saw the ship dock with the eye. We took up the arms call, but when the doors opened, there was no one there. Thinking if it's really a multiverse, then maybe the artifacts aren't always in the same spots. Looking back, think I just wanted to know that I was taking the prize the fair one's way. Give them a chance to fight for it. This one has been in my list of possible artifact sites for a while, but the profile didn't quite match. Now that we've gotten more artifacts, the similarities are as clear as day. You can take a tour later. Constellation is waiting for you. I tell you the secret wise of a retired fleet member. There's a way things end. Have to see that before time and luck catches up. Tried crossing all the T's with the information you unloaded to Sarah and the others. I've got good news and bad. Truly Barrett? Or do my ears play a false tune? No, my plan might be a fool's test, but taking the artifacts back to the lodge won't cut it. And quiet moments to feel guilt's reflection were easily shattered when you know the UC is always hunting you. Tossing my youth away on gutting haulers for the fleet was one thing, but watching another generation doing the same, knowing where the end was for them, no loss as great as the loss of what you are. Maybe. All the worse for us, not knowing their intent. Won't put the faults to you there. When you're outside all-known understanding of how things work, best to keep smiling. Multiple universes? You're a visitor jumping through the gates of space and time? Sam was around here somewhere when that Starborn showed up. Wish I could have been down at the lodge to see the artifacts come together. But I got a little lost peeking through the eye. If it isn't the woman I'm supposed to know from another side, that was some meeting to listen in on. Starborn, are you? We can't move home and hearth, but we can at least move the artifacts. Expected a few of them to blow us short, but the fixing is going to take time. Aha! The eye's always open to Constellation. No one in Constellation is going to lose slips on this. We meet minds there. Never tell you the cost, do they? Not many sights to see before I lost the lights. You see, originally had all the tech filed and serialed, but we needed a little more of the oomph, so there's a slapdash of Freestar parts and jury rigs. Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the blackest sea, I found an interesting pattern. Good luck out there on the fringe. Some doors must be opened without knowing the other side. Even the key may have chattering teeth. But let's not jaw on thoughtless food. You came to me on business, and I will return the intent. I'll need to take your word on that, Starborn. Wouldn't be tipping your ear if I thought it was a waste of time. Giving you the best of what's available. No more. Left that life behind me. Even before I signed up with Constellation, I was retired. Think we're gonna need a crowbar and bag for this one. You know you can take a mark. You don't open comms. It's all storm and fire and sifting the wreckage after it's over. You find any fortune out there? How about we see how they look in the collection? You've tipped my ear. Hope your walls are high. Just in case the Starborn get lucky and find the spot to do the breach and storm. You're back. Thank the blackest sea that you and Noel are safe. And the artifacts? The lodge. Anyway, we'll be with you as we all figure what this means. Artifacts sure keep being a showboat of surprises. When my former captain died, I knew my days with the fleet were marching to the cliff's end. Thought there was no cards left in the deck that could pull one over on me. Yet here you are, like a damn ghost. The scavenger hires every gun and knife willing to chop relics out of their owner's hands for pay. Scrapes out any derelict ships his mosquitoes can find. Ready to head to the scow? It'll be you and Sarah on the mark. Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. Nastier than I measured. Figured a few of the parts might be iffy. But this is going to take more than a span. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have. As we always say, each member of Constellation is their own conscience. I'll leave the details of the doing to you. As for you, while we're giving the eye the swords, need to tip your ear on another matter when you got the time.
We need to.
Eventually, retired from that as well. Had too much of the past, still needed burying. That anomaly is a damn sight bigger than a regular artifact. No telling what you'll find. And yet Barrett is not within a shout's distance. Is he hiding somewhere? Perhaps you should find him. It'll be a shame to pack up all the modifications to the eye for finding the artifacts. But she's earned a break. Gilded our fortunes for sure. Gotta pass the hours on the star station somehow. And the iron's always been good to me. She should be at one of the 2 sites I've marked on your star map. Can take care of herself, but we all need backup sometimes. Won't be going alone. Captain Petrov owns a salvager vessel called the Scow. Runs it like a palace of novelties. And he's got a new prize in his collection. All the better that you two are traveling together sometimes, yes? We need to talk locks and bolts. Lodge and the Eye are not secure. Come on, Rook. Come on. You can make it. Good for us all to be together. Even I don't like to be alone at a time like this. And who could do better good out there than someone who had seen the darkest edges and lived to tip your ear to the tale? Not ready for you yet, Constellation. Check back later. Noel, pulling some interesting data from those new artifacts. Tell the Rook to meet me back on board the station. If it isn't the man I'm supposed to know from another side. That was some meeting to listen in on. Starborn, are you? Caught a smile being with the crew whose captain took the challenge to play smart. If every breach and storm was a fight to the death, might as well make it for the highest takes, invoking the guilty creed. Station's old. Fixes won't be done in a day's end, though. Would you believe I thought all that was over when I retired? When you're around people who care, even if it's just yourself, you start seeing possibilities, not ends. Former Crimson Fleet. An old Jacobones would be the term for it, back in my day.
Barrett was here. You have to find him.
When you're orbiting a planet, your ship's scanners can pick up all sorts of information. Signs of life, resources, structures where they shouldn't be. This is Constellation Star Station LO-868. Welcome aboard. Guess it just takes practice. Hate to interrupt, but I have a favor to ask. Not my first time at the helm for a crew, but going to take it slow. Need to take the risk. The Eye, the equipment in the lodge, not easily moved. Been a part of Constellation ever since. A third life in the making, and one with a mission worth the toil. Reached out through my hand-to-hands to see if we can do an honest swap. He says the rock ain't for sale for any price. I doubt any declaration of intent will carry fate's hand there. Just tip my ear when. Let's deal. Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird. I'm just an old blade in the dark trying to make good. First gotten run I ever pulled was a large cargo freighter, hauling kitchen and cupboard, food and other goods meant for homes. He's got a reputation for seeing the gold in things, but he's no lab coat. Thinking he knows it's unique, but not why. All the more reason to clutch tightly. Hey. Keep steady. The eye's open to you, Constellation. Give us a show. Catch a smile out there. Saying we're living on the parallel. You for every universe? Forgot to check the math on a few equations. The brain's long gone. Forgetfulness. Some kind of test? Were the artifacts meant to lead us there? That will be one for the slates. A barbell in each hand when you first walk through those doors. Well, I suppose we can't stop you. But I'm joining the Deny Everything to the Public Club for a while. Time's unknown, but I came too long enough to hear him gloat about going to the lodge and seeing our friends trying to crawl away from him on a bloody trail. Experience shapes the person, as much as the other way. And the Unity sounds like an experience with an endless depth, with no hope to fathom. You find those artifacts. Get them added to the collection. I can start running some scans from here. That wasn't a hallucination, right? Will you look at that? Did about a year's worth of astronomy in a matter of moments. Everything you said was like a candle turning into a damn beacon. Wouldn't mind seeing if the eye gave you the right way of it. Collection starting to come together. I'll pour one out to the blackest sea for you, Rook. Skulked in like a damn specter. Before I had to know, it was nothing but pain's wings and a cold sleep. Not all at once. You'll need to take the home voyage after you found each one. Should hopefully have more potentials for you then. I make the visit when they need me. Don't mind the loner's life most days, and the eye is important work. The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts? It matches one on another planet. A bigger one, but for now. Wouldn't mind if you gave me a bit. I just lost a friend. And that's when the beauty of the blackest sea started to catch me for the first time. Humanity's jaunt into the stars could use a friendlier meeting than gun and blade. She's an old station. Be ready for retirement by the stretch of a human life. Took a lot of modifications to tune into the anomalies. The guilt-ridden's prayer. That's all that matters. So, they got us. But we haven't lost everything.
Sam! He's still breathing, but oh God, all that blood!
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage. I'd venture a cat's curiosity every time he stopped by. Lot of interstellar bodies in the way, too. All that noise makes squaring the circle harder. Only going to be able to give you so many at once.
Need to see if Andreja is okay. Go.
Bed. You won't be the only constellation out there. Andreja and Mateo are both following up on scans themselves. You got it. But if you're not so sure, you play the bully's gambit. Hope they don't challenge the threats you throw at them. Sound familiar? Give me the nod when you can. Well, helps that you gave everything we needed to track them down. Burning helium across the far reaches is dangerous work. Would have told you to gear up even before we knew we had competition. Not sending you lone hook on the job. I want Andreja with you on this one. You two will be foot to foot the whole way. So make sure you're ready. Found one. Easy as a needle in the stack. Hope those powers you're getting to overinflate you. Got enough egos in Constellation. Don't give me the worried one's looks. I'll be fine. Don't mind me. Tip your ear later. Back to the red shifts and gravity's pull. Pain of missing is all around. Constellation wasn't ready to break apart just yet. The empty record it is. Consider it forgotten, but I should make the trip more often. Can't let Walter be the only one tending bar there too long. Everyone will forget what a good drink tastes like. Drink? Pour one out to the blackest sea? Gave up my room in the lodge so Andreja had a place to call her own. Everyone needs space to let their thoughts run solo. Hey. Looking to head back out into the far reaches? Got one. I'd go into the astronomical charting data with you, but clear as day just to point you right to it. Paid for the artifacts with our lives now. Got to find a secure spot for them. Not sure if I agree with the trade. One life is one too many. I've lost you. That one's all on me. The Eye is the nickname for the star station. Think of it as one big telescope. And Constellation can slide a credit or two your way. All part of the mission of charting the stars, right? Truth's bells ringing soundly for us all there. Well, offer's open anyway. Doesn't bode well for anyone stepping into the Unity. Or through it, or however it works. You consider what it might do to you? Oh, sore. One too many squats. Don't know if you're from heaven above, or just some visitor from beyond. But, safe travels. Lucky I noticed a pattern in one of those artifacts you pulled out. Here, by last time, you mean your last time, right? Think I could still square up a few tales of my own that people would say were impossible. So, maybe you and I are closer to even. Thought I crossed wits with every ship orbiting a settled system star. Universe is full of surprises. Only they're not the people you know. Say and do things the folks you know would never. Got a smile on this life. Owe it all to the others that didn't make it to keep going. Saw a lot of death in the fleet. Part of the reason I left. You stop feeling. Rather be sad than numb. Tip my ear when you're ready. Clear from the few encounters we've had that the artifacts are all the Starborn prize. The ones we found, anyway. No telling what this is, but you can feel that excitement in the air, can't you? It's something important. You got your own Grim Reaper's tale after all. Plenty of Crimson Fleet lives on your ledger already. Ever run the scholars on the Centaurus Proclamation? The original treaty that gave every human the right to colonize the stars? Keep both eyes on the back while you're out there. Make sure those Starborn don't creep up on you. No! Paid in full for this little piece of the settled systems to call my own.
Sarah, she's still breathing, but oh God, all that blood.
Caught the measure of me right. Worse ways to retire for an ex-Crimson Fleet. Memory's fault comes through on the exact time. But my career in the fleet took a turn as the UC stepped up its efforts. Not the first or last time they tried to wash the bloody tab. But he was content to pet the cat and go on his way, muttering in a voice so low only the ground could chew it. Mind where that thinking takes you. My mind started clocking hours on the point of it all. Let you in on a hard truth. Constellation, the settled systems themselves. No strangers to violence. Hope so. Been eyeing your room for some free weights. The Eye's still looking. Check later. Up-to-date planetary scans would help filter all the data I have to sift through. Maybe help to find the anomalous bits. That's no faction vessel or Crimson Fleet. Secret military tech, maybe? Whatever their differences, they both follow Obsession's guidance. Aye, I'll drink to that. No need for the martyr's clothes, but I'm happy to have the help. Ready to head to the scow? It'll be you and Andreja on the mark. Well, hold the lines, March. Seems like you got business with the person with you already. Tip my ear when you're done. Got your ping loud as a bell. Eyes ready to let you aboard. All right, let me transfer over the data. But I need you wearing caution's boots for this one. No telling what this thing is or why it's so large. Yeah, and I have. But I noticed a peculiar thing about it. Occasionally, another set of coordinates pops up that matches, and very quickly disappears. I'll hold on to these charts until you're ready then. Don't have time to make introductions right now. Never minded the solitude before, but chasing more ghosts than usual. Every noise seems to set the blood running. Thought I was going to see life's eclipse from there, but Constellation swept me away. Haven't been there since we started on the Eye. These last glimpses from the Eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn. Crix's bones! Look at you. Give you the down of it. Worried not all of the repairs we need will take. Compatibility across the years tends to fray. If you do go there, turn the lights off when you leave, okay? Need you and Sam to get that artifact. Might need to do the breach and storm. The Blackest Sea is still holding artifacts for us to find. Going to take a lot of hands to shore up the Eye. Easy to say when you're on this side of it. But give some thought to who or what might come out the other side. Left the life of a Jackabones behind myself. I know what I'm asking. But I see a clutch prize not up for the prying any other way. What the? Crix's ghost! Oh, sorry. Was just doing some math in my head. Trade the gabs with you? My attention's glue is on the station monitors. Check with the others. Better get a move on to the lodge. Don't want to make Sarah angry. No telling the exact number. But they're getting harder to find. Ready to find whatever artifacts might be left out there? Did you see Sarah? Is she okay? Don't really know if my faith holds strong to Barrett's idea of what these artifacts are. But the science sings true. It's a long tale to tip your ear on. But if you ever wanted to visit, I have a house out there in the Starfield. No more troublesome space like the mine, huh? Don't want to worry anyone, but we got more competition. Not Starborn. Rival Collector. Another moment sacrificed to the beyond. We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tail. As long as both of you have your eyes on each other's shadows, I can rest easy. Catch a smile out there. Never regretted coming out of retirement. Constellation's got the writ of the righteous. Keeps me young. It all gets downloaded into data you can hand over to anyone who's interested. And Constellation is always more interested than most. Console parts, replacement wires that have burned out, some fixes to the intercom between the station and the lodge. Now, this station, the Eye, rigged up for deep space scans. Barrett and Sarah teased out the signs of where our artifacts could be hiding after we caught our second one. Don't think it's just Fortune's laugh that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Barely stepped on the juryman's road with us. Can't see another soul off to the void so soon. Gotta hope whatever is giving the hunter pause applies to the whole. Just need to make another direct hit less the jackpot. The fixing is going to need your help. See you on the station. I don't know. This trouble hits fresh eyes. Maybe his artifact is unusual. Or maybe we've encountered a problem. I was already considered an old Jackabones, scaring the new rooks on the fact that I was still alive. Grimm's laughing reminder that most of them wouldn't make it to my age. Some glints of shine in the dark. Ready to hand them out as soon as you please. The spanner's torque is what the Eye needs now. We'll fix her good as new.
How?